Before we start this video, I just want to say, if Nintendo somehow sees this video, I can be bought. If you send the Switch 2 my way, I'll give it a review, I'll give it a glowing review. Throw in maybe a little bit of a Mario Kart in there, we're good to go. But let's be honest, adjusting for subscriber inflation, that's probably not likely. So before I say anything, this video is probably going to be a little disjointed. I don't really have a script as the topic was only came up yesterday. And I'm also trying a new recording method to see if my microphone captures, or to see if it'll capture a little better. So yeah, anyways, Switch 2, yeah, things aren't looking good. I was like, yeah, I was one of the first people, no, I wasn't one of the first people, but I was one of those people who's like, yeah, when we first saw the Switch 2 trailer in January, it was like, yeah, I probably won't get it day one, just because, like, it's, you don't really need to upgrade the Switch if it's working, at least not at the time, because, like, yeah, it looks like a lot of them, like, it just looks like a better handheld device for the most part. I mostly play docked now, so that's handheld stuff isn't going to be that big of an issue for me, or isn't going to be that big of a necessary upgrade. But that trailer did end off with the first glimpse of the new Mario Kart 9 as they called it back then. Well, January was really 4 months ago already. But yeah, I was like, that really had me reconsidering whether or not I should get it day one, because who wants to miss out on launch day Mario Kart? And then 4 months go by. 4 months go by. Well, actually, no, 3 months. No, yeah, 3.5 roughly. 3.5 months go by. It's finally April 2nd, and the Nintendo Direct goes live, and they show off everything about the Switch 2. Specs, games, new features, everything except for the price was revealed. And we're all like, oh, okay, they're gonna show the price off. Nope, that's a little weird. What should have been the first tip-off point that was a bad sign was when their tech demo, I forget what it's called off the top of my head because I don't actually have anything prepared for this. So I just looked it up. It is called Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Where was I before this? Oh yeah. So when Nintendo announced Switch 2 Welcome Tour, we're all like, oh, that's cool, this will be a nice pack-in title. And they announced that it's gonna be a paid digital game. Okay, that's questionable. It's gonna sell terribly, but we'll see. We'll see what the rest of it is. It's probably just gonna be the only bump or hiccup in the road. Then they showed off, I don't remember if they showed it off before or after this, but the game share. 10 FPS game share. Now, me personally, that's not like a huge issue because I'm not ever gonna use it. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna try out the game chat and then go back to using Discord with the boys. But yeah, if you really care about that's an issue. But in my opinion, that's not a huge issue. What is a huge issue is the price of the games. Why are they so expensive? Now the Switch 2, the console itself, being $450. I was expecting 400, but 450 I can live with, A wise man once told me they would rather overpay for a console and not overpay for the games. And 450 is a little on the pricier side. Yeah, is it outrageously expensive or outrageously overpriced? Well, I mean, it's still expensive, but is it outrageously overpriced? No, I think 450 is still reasonable, but it's like at the top of reasonable. You go over and you're starting to... But the games. What the hell is up with the games? Mario Kart World, that's what they're calling it now. Mario Kart World is $80. And I've seen I've seen varying, not reports, just kind of talk about it. So I'll just say it right. I'll just say it right here. Okay, so I have no idea where I stopped in the last section of my recording, but I just brought this up, so you kind of have something. So Mario Kart World is $7.99 MSRP. Now that does say that is a 2, right? 3. Yeah, 3 asterisk. Manufacturer's suggested retail price. Actual price may vary. So we can assume that it's still roughly going to be $80. That's all we have to go off of right now, which is ridiculous. Nintendo games are usually $60. Tears of the Kingdom was $70. They said that it's not going to be a regular thing. I don't know if that price was justified because I don't really play Zelda games. And so of course I didn't play Tears of the Kingdom, so I can't say if that was worth it or not. But this is Mario Kart. Nintendo thinks they can get away with this, and time will tell if they actually can get away with this. But for $70 with like the upgrades that the Switch 2 can provide, I can understand. $80, what the heck is $80? And one of the things that I was hearing, I might have just bumped my mic. One of the things that I was reading was that apparently in different countries, different regions, physical will cost more than digital. And I love physical games. That is kind of, I think that's the way it should be, or it should have just been to begin with. Because with the digital games, you're just getting the game, right? With the physical, you're getting like a cool cartridge and a cool display box with it. So naturally, it would cost more. But this late into digital games as a whole, and with what that's reportedly costing for a physical game, for a physical copy of this game, Nintendo, what are you doing? And I'm not going to say the specifics on that because that was taken from like conversions of other currency, and I don't know how accurate those were. Nintendo, if you really expect people to pay $80 for this better be the biggest game of the year. This better be Grand Theft Auto 6 for game of the year if you want this. Actually, no, if the GTA 6 comes out. Well, I don't know. It's supposed to come out this year. You better beat that game for game of the year if you want people to pay $80 for this. Now see, hold on, let me pull it up. Okay, so what I was saying earlier, Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is... Oh, that's right. Yeah, if you don't like all these like silly animations, then just like fast scroll. So Donkey Kong is going to be $69.99 MSRP. Now this I can understand. From what we've seen of the game, and as I'm recording this, the Nintendo Treehouse for April 3rd has already concluded many hours ago. Like a good 95% of the environment will be completely destructible. So there's a lot of work that has to go into that. There's a lot of processing power that I assume has to be used for that. I can understand this game being 70. Mario Kart, I could see that one being 70 as well, not 80. And then let me pull it up real quick. I saw this. So this is, I think this was taken off the Walmart website is what it was, what the posted said. Yeah, source is Walmart. So these are Switch 2 edition games. I don't know, is Walmart strictly in the US or do they have in other countries? I don't know, but they look like that's the US site if they have Walmarts out of the country. $80 for Kirby, 60 for Street Fighter. Ooh, and that's with years 1 and 2. But it's I'll touch on that later, but that is a good deal. That's a good deal. $80 for Mario Kart World, $70 for Breath of the Wild, $40 for Bravely Default. I'm not gonna play that. I don't know what game that is. $70 for Donkey Kong. 80. Wait, that's 80 for Mario Party. and $80 for Tears of the Kingdom. These cannot be worth it for anyone who played Tears of the Kingdom, because that's not accounting for the for like the, what did it call them? Nintendo call them like the enhanced packs. What was it? Upgrade pack. Okay, yeah. So like with the upgrade pack, you're gonna have to pay for that separately. We don't know the price for that yet, and I'll talk on that in a second. These are the full games with the DLC of and the enhancement pack or enhanced pack or whatever it's called. Kirby and Zelda, the second one, and well, Mario Party's a more recent game, but that's still, I could see that one being $70. But why are Kirby and Zelda $80? These are old games at this point, like two or 3 years old, depending on which one it is. For Kirby, it's getting DLC, so I could understand trying to push that one to $70, but I still wouldn't pay for it. Zelda, all you're getting is enhancements. You're getting like the new like map thing, but that's the Nintendo Switch Online app, the mobile app that nobody uses. Nobody's gonna want to use that. You know, Switch 2 Direct was almost perfect. The only hiccup being that demo I talked about earlier, and the lack of prices. And this, it's I want to be excited for this, but like I probably am not going to get it on day one, so I'm like, yeah, what's the point? And then the enhancements that I was talking about just now. I was scrolling this website while I was bringing it up, and there's not anything on the price yet. I don't think. Let me see, because I didn't check the whole thing. Yeah, there's no price, but it does look like it said okay, there's release dates here. So the release date for this upgrade is going to be June 5th, yeah, alongside the Switch 2. This is going to be July 24th. I assume that's just because like they're still developing this this DLC pack right here. August 28th, same thing with that one. Legends EA, this game hasn't come out yet. We'll hear more about that from Pokemon. Metroid Prime 4. Again, like these games haven't been released, so we're not going to know too much stuff about them, but they're all going to run with better performance. If these are any more than like $10, that's crazy. I heard I don't remember where I heard it, but I think the source was from one of the Europe Nintendo sites. These enhancement packs will be included with Switch Online's expansion pack. The hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so they don't have it on the website, but they put this graphic up on during the Nintendo Treehouse. It says, can you see my mouse on the screen? You cannot. Can I fix that? Hold on, let me see if I can fix that real quick. Yeah, I have captured cursor. Yep. Okay, hold up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, right here it says the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition upgrade packs will be included with online expansion pack. My question is, oh yeah, real quick, live chat replay is not available. Can you guess why? My question is, with this expansion pack, if you get these upgrades, can you keep them once your subscription runs out? Because for the DLC, you lose, for like the access to the DLC, you lose access to that once your subscription runs out. When my first year of expansion pack ran out, I was like, okay, I just want to see if you lose access, because I was curious, you know? And for those, like, I can understand why, like, now I still don't agree with it, don't get me wrong, but I can understand why that, why you would lose access for that, or why they would make it like that. But these Switch 2 Edition game upgrade packs, how exactly are these gonna work? Because they explained how it's supposed to work, but they didn't explain like any fine details. If you buy an upgrade pack for an existing Switch game, can you no longer use it on a Switch 1? So let's say, for example, let's use Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for an example, because they run the worst. If I took a physical copy of those games and got the expansion pack for it, or the upgrade pack for it, and then put it in Switch 2, does that upgrade pack like transfer to the cartridge and it's no longer usable on Switch 1? They didn't talk about that. Same thing here. They didn't even mention that the upgrade packs were going to be available for NSO expansion pack in the Direct. So will you lose access to those upgrade packs if your subscription runs out? Will you, if you're, for whatever reason, you're like, you know, expansion pack isn't for me, I don't need the GameCube, I don't need N64, I don't need Genesis, I don't need any of that, I just need the basic stuff. Will you lose those upgrade packs? Because that's something I don't think they touched on. But anyways, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, next gripe. Switch 2 game keycard overview. Now this is something that wasn't announced in the Direct. I kind of found this out by hearing other people talk about it. Some Switch games will not have the full game on the cartridge. You'll still have to download it. That's what this is, this game keycard. And a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, Nintendo's doing all digital now, basically, these are worthless. No, it specifically says, where is it? Where did it say? It said it somewhere that, yeah, here's, game key cards are different from regular game cards. So not every physical game is going to be a game key card. And my issue with this is, where was it? I probably clicked off of it. Great. Was it up here? Dang, where did I put it? So I wasn't able to find that like display. Oh, wait a second. No, it was right here. There it is. I'm stupid. But before that, I got sidetracked. So right here it says that included with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership. Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack membership members get access to the following upgrade packs at no additional cost. And it says only the following. So if you don't play Zelda, that whole shit doesn't matter to me. Or it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me because I don't play Zelda, but it doesn't matter to anybody who doesn't have these. But my argument is that it still matters because which tab did I have it on? Come on, where was it? Are you serious? Bro, right up here. Yeah. So these are the only ones that are going to be included with NSO expansion pack. So if you have Mario Party Jamboree, you're not going to get that for free as an upgrade. Which I guess what they're doing for these two is because they have the DLC, which is why they're pricing them at $80. And then for these two, I assume they're just going to be performance patches, right? These should be included with NSO when they come out, but we'll see. But going back to this, the reason I said Street Fighter was such a steal because it's only $60 with the full game. And years 1 and 2 of the Fighters Edition, that's 8 DLC characters total, and you're all getting it for $60. That is great. On how much does it cost on Steam? I don't even know how much it costs on Steam. It's got to be well over $60. But as you can see right here, this is a game key card. You might as well just get it digital because you're not getting the game anyways. And what was my last? I had another issue with it. What was it? Oh yeah, this isn't really my issue with it, but it's just something to note about the game key cards. And I should probably not stare at I should probably switch screens because I'm looking away from my mic, and then when I turn back I can tell that it's starting to pick it up better. Anyways, you still once you downloaded the game from the key card, you still have to put the card in as a physical. It's not going to work like a regular digital game, which it technically is. But yeah, I think that's everything. I'm gonna make some videos talking about the other stuff. They're probably going to come out super late compared to everyone else's just because like this isn't my job. I wish it was because it's pretty cool, but nah, this is just a side hustle. So yeah, I'll be covering Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and GameCube because that's pretty hype. You know, F-Zero's back. Woo. Yeah, on a console where the games cost almost $100. Okay, so I pulled up I clicked the link right here and it pulled up. There's more. There are Switch accessories, which I completely forgot to talk about. You know, there's gonna be some new amiibo. That's cool for Street Fighter 6. We haven't seen that. Okay, let's see. Pro controller. That's gonna be $80. I would much rather pay $80 for a controller than I would for a game, because for the Pro controller, I can use that for all the games. For the game, yeah, I can use it more and more and more, and you know, obviously I can use it multiple times like the Pro controller. But eventually I'm gonna put the game down and never pick it back up again. I can only get so many hours out of the game. I can get that multiplied by however many games I use the Pro controller for. The carrying case, I don't know if 35 is. It's going to depend on how sturdy it is, but everyone should get a case for your Switch. If you just throw it in your bag, you are insane. I'm not. I could never. The carrying case, that's really only if you're taking your dock anywhere, and you don't even need this, to be honest. I usually just wrap mine in the bubble wrap it came in. And then let's see, the camera, 50. I have a webcam. I got it for like $20-$30. It's pretty cheap. So with the camera quality that we're showing in the direct, I don't know if it's $50, but like, how often are you ever gonna use game chat? The Joy-Con wheel, I don't know if everyone, that's really just a novelty. A single Joy-Con will run you back $50. How much is it? Is it $40? It has to be $40 for a single Switch 1 Joy-Con. Micro SD card, just buy third party. Let's see, AC adapter, you could just probably use any one of those. A full set is $90 if that's for a new set of Joy-Cons. Switch 1 Joy-Cons are already crazy. These, for that price, they better not drift ever. And then 35 for the charging grip, you don't need that. I have one and I've never used it. Thank you to my Thea that got me that, by the way. Like, I appreciate it because whenever whenever I would take my Switch and we'd do parties and stuff, that would come in handy because we had an extra grip, but we never use it for charging. And Joy-Con straps. You don't, unless you're going to be using mouse mode a lot, you probably don't need the Joy-Con straps. But yeah, this is just something else I was adding on last minute. If you can tell that the mic sounds a little different, yeah, I didn't do the thing that I did for the other recording. But yeah, if you made it this far, you know, like the video, subscribe. I'm going to gas up Nintendo's new games for the Switch 2, and I'm also going to shit on them a lot more probably. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 situation is insane.